George. You got like 30 seconds. We're good. Hey, Jack.
All right, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to those of you joining us here live from around the globe. I'm Jenny, here with my co-host, Nolan.
Hi, guys.
All right, we want to welcome you to the live announcement of the CrossFit Open Workout 20.5, hosted by the sanctioned event, the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown. Now, the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown started as a grassroots event, and even though every year we grow larger, have more and more participants, some truths remain throughout the years that this competition has existed. Those are community, fun, quality, and dedication from all those involved with this sanctioned event. And to just give you a little taste of that, let's take a look at how the 2019 CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown qualifiers went.
And it's already the qualifier weekend for the Lowlands Throwdown 2019. And today we start out at Vondel Gym. We're already at the third box, CrossFit Almere. And we're in Utrecht. We're at Unscared CrossFit. People, it's already a wrap. We're at CrossFit FSF. It was a really epic day. We saw really heavy workouts, athletes working for it. Tomorrow we'll be visiting a couple of other boxes. For now, it's over and I'll be seeing you at the event at the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed that little taste of what the qualifiers are like for the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown. Now, the 2020 season has officially been kicked off with the start of the Open, and with that season there have come a few changes in the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown sanctioned event. And I'm here with director Robin Stalma.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, and I'm going to ask Robin some burning questions that some of you may have in the back of your mind regarding the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown. And my first question for you is, what are the biggest changes that have been made?
The biggest changes that are being made are that we have refocused. So we were growing and growing and growing the last years, and even to a sanctioned event. We brought it to a sanctioned event, so that's awesome. But we want to go back to our roots, and our roots are the lowlands. So that will be the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. So this year we will have more focus on the lowlands, and we will do it through a different qualifier process and more spots available during the finals.
All right, so you've just highlighted that you want to honor the roots of this competition. And for those of you who didn't know, the first CrossFit Games was in 2007, and the first CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, or then it was just called the Lowlands Throwdown, was in 2010. Now, you've mentioned that there have been some changes in the slots available. How does one go about qualifying for the competition this year?
Yeah, so in total there will be 480 spots available during our finals this year. That will be 60 spots for the elite male and female. And we have added a category, RX category, that's just below the elite category, and there will be 30 spots available for them. Then we added the skilled competition during our finals, and there will be 15 spots available. And in total of 45 spots for masters in 3 categories. And we will have a teen category again for the 16 and 17-year-old young CrossFitters.
All right, so from the sounds of it, there's a lot of athletes that are going to have a lot of fun during that weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned that you can qualify through the open as well as the online qualifiers. If the spots are taken by the open athletes, how many spots will be available then if you go through the online qualifier?
Yeah, so there will be, we will invite 10 male and 10 female athletes out of the top 10 worldwide. Then we will invite the top 5 male and female from the Netherlands, the top 3 from Belgium, and the top 2 out of Luxembourg. So that will be 40 spots remaining for the online qualifier, but when someone will not pick up his invite out of the open, the spot will be returned to the online qualifier.
All right, so the chances are still high for those who participate in the event. Now, will there be separate WODs for the RX and the elite categories?
No, it will be the same.
All right, and with the teams, do they have to perform the workouts in a team format, or will it be a total of individual scores that will count?
No, the teams have to be do the workout all together on the same day, 3 workouts within a day.
All right, so the last question I want to ask you is, when are individuals and teams able to start registering for these qualifiers?
Yeah, we have some good news because this year we will have early bird registration options, and that will open the 1st of December. So in a few weeks you will be ready to register for our qualifier event.
Oh, wow, that's super exciting. Is there anything else you want to share with the people out there regarding the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, or do you think these are the tasty bits that they just need to know?
I think we said enough, because time is ticking and we have to continue, and I don't want to interrupt it anymore.
All right.
So thank you very much for your attention, and
No problem.
enjoy the show.
Okay. So Nolan will join me in a few minutes while he swaps places with Robin. Nolan, considering what you've just heard, will the fact that there are more qualifying spots change the experience of the athletes on the competition floor?
I think for the athletes on the floor, the experience is going to be better than ever. You're going to have more people from our community, both the local community, but also with those invites for those worldwide athletes. There's a lot of opportunities to see some pretty big names, but also the names that you've grown to love and know from next door.
All right, and you've been a part of this event basically from the very beginning. What has been the basic philosophy or line that has been drawn throughout the 10 years and 11 years now of this competition that allow it to exist for so long?
Well, we really, from the onset of this competition, we really wanted to put the best possible competition forward. We wanted to serve the athletes and the community. And that's with not only the types of workouts that we had, a very unique kind of way of doing a qualifier, but also by challenging the athletes in all sorts of different ways. Every year, from when we had a qualifier up until the finals, we had maybe new and interesting movements, trying to let everybody participate, but also challenge them. Not everybody was able to do all the movements all the time.
Yeah. So, for those who have never been to the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, can you give them a description of what the atmosphere, the quality, basically how the whole experience is to be part of this sanctioned event now, but also competition as it was before?
Well, I can honestly say that the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdowns is the best competition that's thrown down in Europe, both for the athletes but also for the spectators. It's a blast. It's fun to watch. Coming from an athlete side, I've participated the last 3 years. You really feel valued from all sides. The judges are top-notch. The organization is amazing. There's tons of stuff to do for you when you're not working out, and it just feels really special.
Okay.
All right. So we've talked a little about Lowlands. How about we talk about the Open?
And we're back on the competition floor, and I'm surrounded by the 4 athletes that are going to participate in the event today. Some of you may recognize them, or a lot of you may recognize them, because these are faces we've seen more often than not on the competition floor at the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, and definitely in the Benelux and even Europe. And for Leonie, also at the CrossFit Games twice, once as a team member and once as an individual. So my first question for you, Elvin, is what was your favorite workout of the 2020 Open thus far?
Ooh, that's an easy one. The last one, 20.4. The heavy barbell, especially the clean, so yeah, that one.
So you're a boy that likes heavy lifting because that makes the difference between all the athletes participating.
Yeah, I like a heavy barbell, especially a heavy snatch. So maybe today, we will see.
Ooh, I wonder what'll come. Exciting. All right, Leonie, what movements are you looking forward to?
I think for me, the most favorite movement for me would be muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups, and any type of gymnastics. So high-volume gymnastics would be awesome.
All right, so if we put those two together, we've got heavy snatches, we've got gymnastics. Ooh, this sounds like a spicy workout to me. Now, Zachary, are you going to stick to your own game plan, or are you going to use the atmosphere, your fellow competitors, maybe the adrenaline that's going on right now to maybe push harder than you would do alone at your own box?
No, I always push myself very hard in the own box, but the crowd and especially the athletes will definitely help.
All right, so if you hear the workout, do you repeat these, or are you going to say one and done, and that's how you've approached all the open workouts thus far?
The last few years I always did them twice. Maybe if I mess one up, I consider it doing it 3 times, but mostly twice.
3 times, oh my God. Okay, so Linda, finally, who of the 4 of you is going to finish first?
Leonie. No doubt. No doubt.
That is a very honest and sweet answer. Okay, and then I'll ask you the next question. Since you've said Leonie's gonna kill it, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So will that influence what you hope to see?
My strength, I think that's the kind of like the pain cave workouts. That's what I like, and I hate muscle ups and all the gymnastics. But I think they are coming, so it's okay.
All right, so she's pain cave workouts, and that explains to me why you're doing so well in the open thus far, because the first 4 workouts have been pain cave workouts, if you want to put it that way. All right, what do you go through mentally when you prepare for this type of pressure, Elvin?
Ooh, just having fun and make sure you do it all, give it your all that's in you, and yeah, that's it.
All right, and now we join Nolan for the announcement of the workout.
All right, guys. So before we get to 20.5, let's review what we've seen so far. We kicked the open off with 20.1, where we had 10 rounds for time of 8 ground to overhead and 10 bar-facing burpees. The fastest time for the women worldwide was by Emma Quaid in 7 minutes and 55 seconds. And that really set a trend for the Open this year, the women just dominating the men. The fastest time for the men was from Lefteris Theophanidis, I'm sorry, brother, if I mispronounced that, in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. 20.2 brought us a long AMRAP, 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible of 4 dumbbell thrusters, 6 toes to bar, and 24 double unders. The best score, again, by a woman, Kristen Holta, with 1,045 reps, and by the men, Frederick Agidius, with 1,030 reps. We then moved on to a repeat. We had 20.3, where we had 21, 15, 9 deadlifts and handstand push-ups, which you guys may recognize as Diane. And then we moved into 21, 15, 9 of heavy deadlifts, pretty heavy deadlifts, and handstand walks. Now, it's no surprise here that the fastest time for the women is a name that we all know, Annie Thorsdottir, in a blazing 5 minutes and 21 seconds. I didn't feel bad about my time or lack of time after I saw that. And then for the men, we had Austin Malialo, who again took first place with this workout. He also did that the last time we saw it. And then last week, we all ground through 1,000,000 box jumps, or a combination of box jumps and clean and jerks, and pistols and clean and jerks. Now, as the clean and jerks descended in repetitions, we got heavier in weight. Now, the fastest time for this workout by the ladies was by Sasha Nievas in 11 minutes and 8 seconds. I don't even know. I don't know how she does that. And then for the men, we had Jeffrey Adler in 12 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, that brings us to one more workout, right? We're going to bring it home. And we already heard some things that the athletes would like to see. And there's things that I would not like to see. So let's talk about 20.5, all right? So without any kind of crazy fanfare, or at least not too much, I'm going to use the only skills that I have. It's not snatches and it's not muscle ups, but it's drawing, all right? So I'm going to do this the way that I do this at the box, guys. I'm going to do some pulpiches. There we go, the hometown crowd, they get it, right? Leonie, you're welcome. Yeah, there we go, Zachary, he knows what I'm talking about. Oh, there we go, here we go, here we go. What do we got down there, guys? Wall balls, wall balls. So we got muscle ups, we got rowing, and we got wall balls. So I'm seeing a lot of short people pretty pissed off right now. Let's talk about reps, guys. That's a 4 and a 0. That's 40. 40 muscle-ups, guys. We have 80, 8 and a 0, 80 calories on the rower. And 120 wall ball shots. Now, wait a minute. You guys thought we were done. This is the first time that we will ever see this, or we have ever seen this in the open. There's a time cap on this. You have to get the work done in less than 20 minutes. Now, for us normal people, that's probably not going to happen. That's okay. But this is the new piece. You can do this however you want. Partition the work any way possible. You must complete 40 muscle-ups, 80 calories on the rower, and 120 wall ball shots. But ladies and gentlemen, you can do it however you want. Skip the stuff you don't like. I mean, that's what I'm planning. Right? How does this shape up, guys? How does this shape up for the rest of the Open? Or compared to what we've done so far? We've got high repetition gymnastics. I know some of you guys have been looking forward to this for a long time. All the tall people out there are super stoked about these last two. But I can tell you as someone that's not the shortest person out there and also not the lightest, that those 40 muscle-ups, we're gonna have some issues, me and the rings. So the name of the game here, guys, is it's really gonna be strategy. It's gonna come down to who can pace what the best. Every athlete's gonna play to their strengths or maybe their weaknesses. They're gonna knock out what they can as quick as they can. For those normal people that are not gonna finish the workout, maybe like myself, there's a tie break. And this is the way that they're gonna do the tie break this year, guys. Remember, refer to your scorecards to get this right for sure. But as soon as you finish the 80 calories and as soon as you finish the 120 wall ball shots, you'll get a tie break time. So if you're struggling to get your very first muscle up, or 40 muscle ups falls in the category of FI, effing impossible, or mission impossible, maybe MI would be better, then you guys can knock out the calories and the wall ball shots as quick as you can, and you get the rest of the time to maybe get 1 or 2, or however many muscle ups you can. So no matter what your level is right now, guys, from beginner to advanced, like the guys and the gals that we have standing before us, and we're going to see some amazing stuff tonight, guys. There's no doubt in my mind they're going to finish this workout. Everybody can play. Everybody gets to do this workout. And maybe you get your first muscle up ever. Maybe you don't get a single muscle up. You just get really frustrated. You look at the rings. But you're going to get a good workout. You're going to have a good time. Hey, Elvin. Yeah. Happy or sad?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You like it. Zach, come on down, man.
You like it as well, right?
I could,
You're
yeah,
man.
I don't mind. What's the thing that you like the most about this workout?
The repetitions of muscle up and wobbles.
Okay. And if you had to think about a strategy right now, like what's going through your mind right now as far as strategy is concerned?
I was thinking about 30, 20, 10. Started on wobbles, and then rowing and then muscle ups. But we will see.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, stupid idea. That's
This is the difference between an athlete and not. Zach.
I don't know. It's. I am happy that I did a lot of ring muscle ups this year. A lot. No, I think I'm gonna try to do 5s on the ring muscle ups and knock out the row and the wall balls.
Right on. If you had to pick one of the 3 movements as being your strongest, what would it be?
I think the calories row. Yeah.
And for both of you guys, is there a particular pace that you know with the calories that you're like, okay, I can hold this for a long time, or if I redline here, probably going to be a bad idea?
yeah. I know it.
Well, yeah, okay, so you have a pretty good idea in your head. And if for the people that are at home right now, I don't think there's very many in Europe. There's a couple crazy ones. But for the people in the States and maybe elsewhere that are going to do this right now, what kind of advice would you give them?
don't go too crazy on the rower, and make sure you keep your heart rate down a little bit, and break up the muscle ups before you're really gonna struggle with it. That's the most important thing.
Cool, right? So maybe take a break before you have to take a break, right?
Yeah.
Zach, what about you, man?
Don't go unbroken on the wall balls, please.
If you do go unbroken on the wall balls, please film it. Post that directly to YouTube and let us see how you row after that. We'd really like to see that.
Or if you go unbroken on muscle ups.
Yeah, you know what? You'll get a hat from me wherever you are.
Get
If you
a pair
do.
of nanos. You get a pair of nanos if you do 40 muscle ups unbroken. I will send it to you. Yeah.
Right, you do 40 muscle. You heard it here, guys, from the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown in the Netherlands. You get.
Worldwide?
Yeah, worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah. I will send it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take care of that. So the first person that does 40 unbroken muscle ups gets a pair of nanos from Elvin.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right, Jenny, why don't you take it from here?
All right, so while the camera comes to me, I found somebody here in the crowd who's participating in the Open this year. First of all, what's your name?
Freek.
All right, Freek. Very Dutch name, I like it. How many times have you done the Open?
Well, I started at 2017, I think. Yes.
So you've done it every year. Did you do it at the beginning of the year as well?
Yes, I did it every year.
I love it. All right. And so far, have you had any PRs maybe during the Open?
Well, actually, not a lot. Not a lot of PRs during the Open. Well, a whole lot before the Open and in practice to the Open. I did a lot of PRs, but not in the Open, no.
Basically, he's already a ninja and he made it through the workouts. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. So, looking at this workout, do you think the ladies are going to do it better or the gentlemen?
Well, that's a tough decision. I think the ladies are going to be a bit faster on the wall balls, but guys are going to be a bit faster on the rower. And, well, the ring muscle ups, it really comes down to that. So, yeah, it's tough to say. It's tough to say.
It is definitely tough to say, especially because of the new format. Is this your first time at a live announcement?
Yes, actually it is.
And I made it even better by picking you out and asking you questions?
Yes.
I love it. You've been a great sport. Now, I want to ask my colleague Nolan some questions. So come on over, Nolan, and let me pick your brain regarding this workout. So you've already mentioned how the new format of the what the new format is, how it fits in the bigger picture of all the other 4 workouts that have happened. As an experienced games judge, what do you think a judge or an athlete should pay particular attention to when looking at these workouts to make sure that every rep counts?
Well, I think I'll start with the judges here because that's, I guess, where my heart lies. I've spent a lot of time judging a lot of different people, and I've been able to see a lot of people move different ways. And I think the most important thing for judges to realize is to really, really know the standards. Read through the movement standards, go to games.crossfit.com, watch the videos, see what the movement should look like. And then from there, it's very important not to take anything away from those standards, but don't add anything to them either. Keep it exactly as it's written and just count the reps. I mean, it's either good or it's not good.
Right, I love it. Very clear tips for people back home that are about to start the workout, maybe even in the next few minutes. Now, you asked some of the athletes what their strategy might be. I know you're definitely doing the Open. For the people who are very healthy, very fit, but not trying to get to the games, what would you suggest that they do?
I appreciate your subtlety. For the people that are very healthy, that maybe might not be going to the games, which is really almost all of us. I think I really agree with what both Elvin and Zach said. Is don't burn yourself out. Make sure everyone knows what they're good at, where they're strong, and maybe they know even better where they're not so strong. If you struggle with high repetition muscle ups like I do, I know Elvin's strategy of 10 muscle ups is not going to be a good one for Nolan. So I'm going to break that up into some smaller sets that I know that I can get out consistently from start to finish. I'm a really strong rower, so I think I know if I need to give gas somewhere, it's probably going to be there. And wall balls are wall balls. So again, come up with a plan beforehand and try to stick to that plan as much as possible.
Right, and I know you've done all the other 4 workouts of the 2020 season thus far, or at least from the Open. Harking back to how you felt after 20.1, for most people that didn't feel so good. For 20.2, maybe also didn't feel so good. How do you think people will feel while doing this workout, or maybe after the workout?
I think, yeah, because of the new format, having being able to determine your own strategy, I guess you can make it as good or bad as you want. And I think just like any other open workout, everyone kind of gets swept up in that atmosphere. Maybe you're doing it with your buddies, you're throwing down with someone right across from you. There's a lot of potential to go to what Linda said, right? The pain cave or the dark place. And regardless, I know I always find myself having a pretty solid pity party after these open workouts. So I think there's potential to have a good time.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before we went live, about how you can actually scale every workout to make sure that even though you have to scale something, you can still enjoy the open. This is one of those workouts that allows people, I believe, to also do the same thing, to be able to scale. So I'm putting you on the spot here. How would you go about scaling this workout, for example, if somebody had a bit of a sore back, for example?
Yeah, so remember, guys, if you guys are doing this for fun, I mean, most of us are doing the open for fun. And if there's something bugging you, whether it be an injury or maybe a skill that you don't have quite yet, there's nothing wrong with changing it and knowing that for next year. Yeah, I've participated in every single open. And one year I had a significant injury and I just couldn't do 2 of the workouts. That bummed me out, but I did what I could do.
Exactly.
So if you had a hurt back in this one, maybe most of the movements are out this year. Maybe you switch the equipment. But there's no reason why you can't show up to the box, talk with your coach, find out what they think is the best for you, because they know you better than anybody else. And have fun. Enjoy yourself. Remember, we're here to have fun.
I love that. That's a great philosophy, a great way of looking at it, and fits perfectly with our sport. So I'm going to give the floor to you, because the athletes, I think, are about to take on the workout.
All right, guys, so we've talked about it long enough. Now let's watch it happen.
Athletes, get ready.
Now remember, these athletes can start wherever they want. They can split up this or partition the work however they want. You guys, get ready to cheer on who you want. Athletes, stand by. Five. Go!
All right, and they're off. The girls have chosen to start with the ring muscle-ups. Everybody can think of their own strategy, and these ladies have decided to do the difficult movements, I believe, right in the beginning.
Well, we saw Jenny in the beginning, or we heard from Leonie that she really wanted to see muscle-ups. So it doesn't surprise me to see her start with a larger set of muscle-ups. And we also see that Linda goes right to maybe the movement with the best potential for the pain cave.
Right, and they both obviously already have very different strategies, because like you said, Linda's on the rower and Leonie is doing the wall ball shots. Now, for those of you at home following this workout, the timer and the reps have been provided to us by Competition Corner, and even though the clock and the timer counts the reps, in the end it's the judge on the floor that decides where the athlete is.
Absolutely. So what we're having right now is we have some judges on the floor that are judging the reps themselves. They're also keeping very careful track of how many repetitions have been completed. And then we also have other judges that are counting for our online watchers, the people at home, just to kind of get an idea.
Right, and Leonie and Linda are now going back to the movements they chose to do second after the rowers. Obviously, they've broken everything up into sets. And it looks like they're also making sure to make every rep basically as clear as possible.
Yeah, I really like seeing that with athletes, guys. It's just as much the athlete's responsibility to perform the rep correctly as it is the responsibility of the judge to judge it correctly.
Right, exactly.
The easier the athlete makes it for the judge to see, the less the chance that they're going to get that dreaded no rep.
Exactly, that's a great point. All right, Leonie's walking back to the ring muscle-ups. Now this is her third set, so let's see if she can still make as large a set as she just did, and if the reps still flow out as easily as they did the first round. All right, and both ladies back to the rings at the same time, but it seems that Leonie's turnover is just that little bit faster.
Leonie definitely looks very comfortable on those rings. Every single rep looks pretty much the same. She's moving nice, smoothly through all the repetitions of both the muscle-ups and the wall ball shots.
All right, and both ladies are back on the wall ball shots. Now, the Dutch crowd is watching, but I can't hear them shouting. Guys, make sure the girls can hear you. That's right. Give them all the support they can get. This is exciting. This is difficult to do. Think of a strategy on the spot on how to attack such a mammoth workout.
Now, Jenny, I'm pretty sure athletes of this caliber are definitely going to repeat this workout because there's just so many different ways of attacking each one of these movements.
That's a very good point indeed, and I suppose the gentlemen are lucky that they get to go second because they can see how the girls get through this movement, because we're 3.5 minutes into the workout and they're both still working on those muscle-ups, still working on those rowers and those wall ball shots.
Now, for those of you at home and the people that are going to be doing this workout later, it's really, really important to check that scorecard and check those movement standards at home. There's 2 new additional standards to these movements, even though we've seen them before. With the muscle up, in past opens and in regionals events, we've allowed athletes to have their feet come a little bit higher with the rings, but this year, the feet, no part of the foot can come above the rings in the kip.
All right, that is definitely a good point that people have to pay attention to, indeed.
Another thing that's very important is on the rower itself, there are no rollover calories. So as soon as you let go of that handle, that's it. Those are all the reps that you're going to get, or all the calories that you'll be counted. So your judge is watching. As soon as you let go of that handle, that's whatever's on the screen is going to be there. No extra credit.
All right, so no ghost riding. I love that. That makes sure that everybody keeps working and don't try and get some free calories. But that also means that both the athlete and the judge do have to pay extra attention when counting those reps on the rower.
Absolutely. It would definitely be a bummer if the athlete got 1 or 2 extra calories that didn't count.
That is true. All right. So the girls are going onto the muscle-ups, back to the wall ball shots, and Leonie has broken up her muscle-ups for the first time.
Now we see that Linda went from the rings right to the wall ball shot here, and this is maybe a little bit different than initially. She went from the rings to the rower.
And in your opinion, is there like a compounding effect from pushing the wall ball up? Although you have to do it with your legs, there is the dip part in the muscle up and the leg use in the rower, but also the pull use in the rower. Are they going to start feeling the additional connection between these 3 movements?
Absolutely, Jenny. I think especially as we get a little bit further in, as the repetitions get up there, the pressing element, although small in the wall ball shots, it's times 120. Which is pretty close to 1 million.
Yes, totally. And basically, that's something else that athletes have to think about now when they're strategizing as well. So this is not only a physical test for the athletes this year, but also a mental test as well on how to approach this workout.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been really tough when you get off that rower and your arms are maybe a little bit filled with that stamina or that localized fatigue, and you get into those rings for the first time and realize, oh man, I got to pull myself up and through them.
Yeah, And for those of you at home who don't know, Linda is currently number 4 on the Dutch national leaderboard, and Leonie is currently number 6. Now, these girls are both very experienced on the competition floor, both at sanctioned events, but also, like I mentioned, Leonie as a games athlete. And although these girls are fighting now for their position on the leaderboard, we don't know how this workout will affect who, in the end, goes to the games as at number 1. But it will affect whether or not they get a ticket to the Lowlands Throwdown as a sanctioned event. So even though they may not qualify if the leaderboard stays as it is now, they will give themselves a space at the next sanctioned event, and that takes a lot of pressure off their season for 2020.
Absolutely. The way that the way to punch your ticket to the games has changed so much in recent years, or this last year, that athletes have. It's not as much pressure in the open anymore. It'd be nice to get that ticket right now in the beginning of the year, either as a national champion or in the top 20 worldwide. Then at least frees up the rest of the season to kind of plan for the games or the big event at the end. But especially at this level here, it's really nice to have that option of qualifying directly from the open into the Lowlands Throwdown finals.
Right, and as you mentioned, the Lowlands Throwdown is not only an event that's known for its quality, but like we've had Lara Horvath, for example, at the Lowlands Throwdown, Mia Akerlund, and both ladies were so kind enough as to say that the whole weekend was a great prep to the CrossFit Games, basically, because of how everything is run so smoothly.
Absolutely. Not only is it run really smoothly, the athletes are taken very well care of, but the challenge is present. There's a lot of very, very talented and fit individuals, and we've seen games level athletes being just as challenged as our local athletes. So it's a great kind of prepper, and also a great way to get that ticket to the games.
Exactly. All right, crowd. The girls are 8.5 minutes into this workout. I think they need some extra love from you. Let's go. All right, and both ladies are busy with the wall ball shots, and they've obviously chosen to break this up into sets that fit their strengths. So in the end, we're going to see who finishes this workout first, and I can tell you it's pretty exciting in here. Everybody's getting quiet because they really just want to watch what the focus is for this workout. But I think the ladies need you to shout.
So Leonie just finished her 100th wall ball shot. She's got 34 muscle-ups at this point. And she's still got a row.
Wow, she's got a big chunk of those muscle-ups done. So basically, if she can get one more set of muscle-ups, she just has to dig deep, go to that pain cave, basically, on the rower and the wall ball shots, and she could pretty much push the pace on this workout, possibly even be done under the 15-minute time cap.
20-minute time cap.
Sorry, 20-minute time cap.
We're at 9 minutes and 30 seconds unofficially right now. Now Linda has 19 muscle-ups completed, 53 calories on the rower, and 45 wall ball shots. So we see there's a big difference in the amount of work done, but we have no idea how this row is going to be after doing all 40 of those muscle-ups and 120 wall ball shots.
You are so right, Nolan.
We just passed the halfway mark for the time cap. We got 10 more minutes.
All right, and the crowd is cheering Leonie on as she walks back to those wall ball shots.
We're 114 wall ball shots for Leonie. She's gonna knock out these wall ball shots, and then she's gonna row for a little bit.
All right. And she's done with her wall balls and is walking back to the rower.
Now this is really where we're gonna see what kind of effect all those wall ball shots had, not to mention those muscle ups.
And Leonie's keeping quite a high pace on this calorie per hour counter, somewhere around the 1,000 mark. After all this work, she's still able to push the pace on the rower.
Well, it doesn't really surprise me too much, Jenny, because Leonie has proved herself as a really incredible athlete multiple years in a row. I think we're really going to see towards the end of this, when we get to those last 20, maybe even 30, 20 cals, we're going to see how the legs are doing.
That's right. Now Linda's making sure to take her time on those muscle-ups and make sure that every rep is as good as possible, because you don't want to waste any energy with no reps or missing a muscle-up after putting in all the work they've put in thus far.
We just passed the 12-minute mark. We have a little bit under 8 minutes remaining.
And if you take a look at the girls' faces, they may be breathing a little deeply, but those poker faces, those game faces don't give anything away as to how they're feeling inside. The only indication we have is the pace that they can keep moving.
So Linda just completed her last calorie on the row. She just has muscle-ups and wall ball shots to go. Linda's done rowing. We just got muscle-ups and wall ball shots.
So you were definitely right, Nolan, that Linda's strategy was to do the uncomfortable pain cave movement first, so the rowing, before she focuses on the movement that she already mentioned are a little bit more difficult for her.
It's very clear that she's had a plan and she's stuck to that plan. So right now, Leonie's almost about halfway. She's at 36 calories on the rower, 36 calories. We have just under 7 minutes to go. I think what's also important to mention is that here, the local time is 2:30 in the morning. So for a lot of those viewers at home that are sitting in the sunshine in California, it's a different workout out here.
That is definitely a different workout. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to do this type of work at 2:30 in the morning. I know I haven't, but I'm sure it makes a big difference in how these ladies are feeling right now.
I think if there's any positive about this at all, it's that they've at least got the first go out of the way, and they've got some very valuable information.
That's true, and that means if they're going to repeat the workout, then they've got a little bit more rest time, if you will, till Monday, where they will probably try and do the workout again.
Leonie just passed 53 cals. She's still rowing at a pace of about 900 calories an hour, which is pretty solid after all that work.
And Linda also seems to be able to keep up the same pace on those wall ball shots, making sure that ball clearly gets high enough for her judge so that there's no chance that those legs and the work they're doing doesn't count.
60 cal for Leonie. She just jacked it up to about 950 cal. She's over 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. She has less than 20 cals left.
All right, and we just reached 15 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
Linda's showing a lot of great self-awareness. She jumped up to those rings and decided, you know what, let's take a little bit of a break to make sure we get 2 really good solid reps before moving to those wall ball shots. Leonie's pushing through with the last 5 cal. She's almost there. She's gonna have a time.
All right, guys, bring her home, bring her home.
And Leonie finished the workout with an unofficial time of 16 minutes and 1 second. Unofficially, 16 minutes and 1 second.
Linda some
Linda
support.
has just over 3.5 minutes to finish the rest of this workout. With 85 wall ball shots down. Remember, she has to complete 120 wall ball shots, 80 cal in the row, and 40 muscle ups in any order that she would like. She can partition it any way she wants.
Three minutes to go. Come on, guys. Let's hear it for Linda.
And this is what I love to see, Jenny. We see that Leonie, although she's done, man, she's not done. She came over to help her training partner, help her buddy out, push her through the last 2.5 minutes of this workout.
All right, and we see Leonie supporting her fellow female athlete. This is the kind of thing that makes our community so strong. Nobody's done until the last person is done.
And it looks right now that Linda's now taking the strategy to get that tie-break time. Remember, you have to finish all those calories and all those wall ball shots to get a tie-break if you think you're not going to be able to finish those muscle-ups in time.
And Linda's done with the wall ball shots as she heads over to complete her set of muscle-ups. Doing exactly what I think she planned to do, saving the movement she finds the most difficult for last, but making sure that that tiebreaker time is as fast as possible.
We've got just under 90 seconds. We've just passed the 18:30 mark.
It seems Linda surprised herself with how easily she pressed out that muscle up, so I think she can still get a few out before the time is up.
Absolutely, they still look nice and strong. She's had no failed reps. She's a very efficient kip. She comes nice and over the rings into a solid dip and then kips her way right out of it. We have 45 seconds remaining, 45 seconds remaining. It's not just sheer determination anymore, it's just as much you guys in the crowd helping her get through this. Let's help her the last muscle-ups, guys. "20 seconds, 20 seconds. She knows herself, she knows her capacity. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time.
All right, and the girls are done. That was amazing. Thanks for supporting them, guys. And don't go away, everybody, because the men are about to take the floor as well. Ladies, if you can, Linda, I know you just put in a lot of work. Stand on up and join me on this side of the room. I've got some important questions to ask you, ladies. Let's go over here. Over here.
Jenny.
All right. I'm terrible. I'm asking them to do extra work, walk around after all the work you just did. Okay, it's done. Good job. Congratulations on doing the workout. How do you feel?
Pretty good. It was maybe a bit more intense than I expected, but it was good. It's nice.
Pretty good. What a ninja. All right. So you both had very specific strategies. All right. I'm going to ask you what your strategy was, and while I ask her that, I'll let you catch your breath, and then you can tell me what your strategy was. So, Leonie, how did you approach this workout?
So I decided to do 5 ring muscle ups and 15 wall balls. That's 8 sets, and then you should be at the end. I at some point did 4 muscle ups, so I needed to do 6 at the end. And then the purpose was to go really hard on the less calories, but that really hard didn't really feel as really hard anymore. My legs were a bit more done than I expected.
I can tell you, for the mortal people amongst us, you were rowing pretty hard. Yeah? All right, Linda, so what was your strategy?
Small sets on the muscle ups and save my shoulders by rowing instead of wall balls. But in the end I did wall balls, so it was not a great strategy, I think, but I'm actually pretty happy.
Are you going to repeat the workout?
Yeah, sure.
I love it. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. All right, Leonie. Yes, exactly, guys. That's the kind of attitude you want your athletes to have. When did it start getting uncomfortable?
I think after my 4 rounds, so when I did half of the wall balls and half of the ring muscle ups, it's like, okay, my shoulders and mostly my breath. I was like, okay, it's a bit more breathtaking than I thought it would be.
So from how your body feels, are you telling the rest of us who haven't done it yet that it's your upper body that's going to feel the worst?
Well, when I was on the row, I more felt my legs, because of course then your shoulders are okay. But I think of course the nasty combination is that the wall balls ruins your shoulders for the muscle ups and your legs for the row. So it all kind of is in the way of each other. So I think indeed what Linda did was smart. You need to, if you know muscle ups are your weakest spot in this workout, then really make sure that you save your shoulders as much as you can, because you don't want to fail on them. And you can't really fail on a wall ball or on a calorie on the row.
Good advice. Back to you. So, for the people at home who are going to do this workout, any things you want to tell them, some advice you want to give them? I know it's a really big question. Just go for it.
Just have fun and maybe think about around like 5 reps of this, 10, 15 or something, and just stick to your plan.
That's very good advice. How do you think the boys are going to do?
I think they will do pretty well. Like, they will row faster than we did. So I do think Linda's guess on me winning this event today is not going to happen, because the guys need to row the same amount of calories as we did. But yeah, I think they will do well. I'm curious about their strategies after they saw us, especially.
This is true. They've had the advantage of seeing how you will approach the workout. So you've done the workout. You're going to repeat it. How does your weekend look for recovery and preparing to do it all over again?
I don't know. I think I have a party tomorrow, so I'm not sure about the recovery part. But I will sleep well the next day. I don't know, just relaxing.
I love it. Work hard, play hard, right? What's your recovery strategy?
My recovery strategy will be a regular weekend, or at least like doing some fun stuff. We have some family trips this weekend, and I have to go to school tomorrow, so I think I will be super fit when I get there tomorrow. Further than that, recovery.
I hope you don't have to lift your arms up at school tomorrow.
I was supposed to give a speech, but I asked if I can do it another week, so I won't have to lift my arms.
That was smart thinking of you. You anticipated how this would go. All right, the guys are still warming up for the workout. No, they're not warmed up anymore. It looks like they're ready to go, actually. They're on fire. So I'm going to head back to Nolan and enjoy another show. Good job, ladies.
All right, guys, are we ready to see the gentlemen take a shot at 20.5? All right. Athletes, get ready. 10 seconds. 5. Athletes, stand by. Go.
All right, and the guys have chosen to do the same as the ladies, and that is start with the muscle-ups. But after that, everything could change. It just depends on what their strengths are and how they're going to approach this workout.
It looks like Zach is going ahead and going a similar strategy as Leonie. He moved right from the muscle-ups to the wall ball shots. Elwin, on the other hand, has gone from the muscle-ups, a little bit bigger set of muscle-ups, right onto that rower.
Right, and we know that Zach likes uncomfortable workouts from how we've seen him perform at the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown. So maybe he's choosing to do the movement that he thinks, hey, if I get this out the way, I can also push hard on the rower at the end.
I think personally, now that I saw the ladies go through, and after this, I think Zach's strategy is more a strategy that I would try to, well, maybe mimic a little bit. loosely.
All right, and for those of you who don't know, Zachary is currently #1 on the Dutch leaderboard, and that's right, cheer for him. And he's fighting for his spot to go to the CrossFit Games in Madison, Wisconsin for the first time. Now, Elvin is also not a new name to the Dutch scene. He's currently in 3rd position, and there's only 8 points separating these two gentlemen. So if they play their cards right, anything could happen with regards to who could qualify for the CrossFit Games.
I would be stoked to see either one of these guys get their ticket to the games. I've been lucky enough to see both of them kind of start as athletes in this sport and grow into the turbo athletes that they are today. And they've really put in a lot of hard work throughout the years, and they both deserve it.
Yes, and as you've mentioned, they've both got a great attitude when it comes to being an athlete, how you treat the volunteers, how you approach workouts, how you behave as an athlete. So they'll both be model individuals to have represent the Netherlands at the CrossFit Games in 2020.
Yeah, it's just another thing that I really love about our sport here is a lot of times the most fit individuals are also pretty darn good people. So how they treat their athletes, they're giving the high fives, they're thanking them, they're shaking their hands. I've never seen Elvin or Zach get mad at a judge for whatever reason. They own up whatever it is, they take complete ownership, and they just move on, they do their thing.
Right, and even though I mentioned that Zach is currently in 1st place and Elwin in 3rd, there is a second athlete, Sam Lubin, who lives in Spain, and he's currently in 2nd position and is putting the pressure on Zach for that qualifying spot to the CrossFit Games. There's only a 2-point difference between 1st and 2nd place.
Well, quick update right now, Zach has knocked out 15 muscle-ups already. We're just at the 3-minute mark right now. And he's about to finish his 45th rep. So it looks like he's doing sets of 5 and 15 with the muscle-up and the wall balls. Elvin has chosen to go the route of muscle-up, row, and then wall balls. He's done... It looks like he's got 14 muscle-ups down, and he's working through about 35 calories on the row, and he's just almost into the 40s with those wall ball shots.
Right, so as you notice how this room has been set up, the gentlemen and the ladies both had a transition area, so a part that they had to walk. Now, the smarter athletes will use this as a sort of active recovery, so just get to the work when they get to the next station. But I'm sure when they repeat the workout, they're going to also play with these distances to see if they could possibly go a little bit faster. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. You know, everyone likes to do things their way at their home gym. They know which bar, which set of rings, which wall ball is their favorite wall ball.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure they're going to set it up. They might set up a little bit different, a little bit less space. About the setup, though, one thing that I want to note, again, I cannot emphasize or stress enough how important it is to check out those movement standards, check out that score sheet. Another thing for these top athletes that are required to video their submissions, a submission here, or a video submission, would also require a separate video of the monitor of their rower, an uncut video of their rower from start to finish to make sure there's no funny stuff going on with those calorie counting. So again, really check those standards, read through the entire movement standards list and the workout descriptions.
That's great advice, and you can't say enough, so I'm glad you mentioned it again for those people at home watching, and definitely those that are going to take on this workout.
It being just before 3 a.m., I really do think that all the athletes here tonight are going to repeat this workout. They got loads of time to do that all day tomorrow, or today, Saturday, Sunday, and then even Monday. So I'm sure we're going to see at least one more attempt at these workouts from all 4 of them.
All right, so the gentlemen are past the 5-minute time point. It seems that they're both still comfortably moving from one part to the other. Elwin still choosing to row, and Zachary still choosing to do those wall ball shots.
Now Elvin seems to be rowing a pretty comfortable about 1,400 calories, 1,370 per hour. And where he trains down at CrossFit Twente, they have a lot of rowing history there. So it may look like he's taking it easy on that rower, but he's not going slow.
Not at all. Wow, that's a really blazing speed for such a long workout with that many calories, and definitely with the muscle-ups in between.
We're just hitting the 6.5 minute mark. Zach's coming back to those rings. He has 26 muscle-ups completed and 75 wall ball shots.
That's right, guys. Keep showing these guys your support. They're getting into the deeper part of this workout, and they're starting to get uncomfortable.
It's very clear that Zach has a plan or a certain number of reps that he wants to get done before moving to those wall balls.
Well, that's part of the strategy, I believe, as well, that they make sure they stick to their plan, even if they have to wait in between, so that they don't get confused with their reps and that they can keep to the pace that they're trying to keep at.
Yeah, it's always better to stick to that plan than to deviate and end up paying for it with a no rep.
Totally, especially in a workout like this.
Getting up and through those rings only to fail at that ring dip up top is a bummer. Elvin looking really strong on those muscle ups. Just like all the other movements, it may look like he's taking it easy, but like we used to say back in the day, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. We're almost to the 8-minute mark right now. You know that Zach is over halfway for the wall ball shots and for the muscle ups.
And if I'm not mistaken, Zach hasn't been to the rower yet, so he's definitely saving that for last.
Elwin just finished his 32nd muscle up. He's at 48 cal and 72 wall ball shots, 72 wall ball shots.
All right, so Elvin's actually quite deep into this workout. He's got a good chunk of reps on each of those 3 movements.
And I really expect Elvin to kind of kick it up a little bit. Once he gets through all those muscle ups, he's probably going to start just blasting through that row and those wall balls again. Zach looking as good as ever, as strong as ever on those wall ball shots. Don't seem to be slowing him down at all.
Not at all, and Elwin isn't breathing too deeply on that rower either, even though he's keeping that high pace on that calorie counter.
Now we might see a little bit of mortality, a little bit, just a glimpse, which doesn't bode well for me. I think the killer, this might be the crux of the workout, right around that 10-minute mark where everything starts catching up.
That's right, and we'll give them a little bit of leeway because it's 2:30 in the morning, so I'm definitely curious as to when they'll hit that wall if they repeat this workout.
This late at night, almost 3 o'clock in the morning, really one of the biggest things that's going to help these athletes go are you guys in the crowd. You got to make some noise, guys. Every rep is help. Every noise you make, look at that. So Zach is all done with his muscle ups. He's got to finish off those wall ball shots and he'll get on that rower and that's it. We're at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Just getting to that 11-minute mark. Zach having to put that ball down for a second, taking a quick break.
Yes, and the crowd's getting behind him. He may be dropping the wall ball, but the question is, if he's tired now, how fast can he go on that rower?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really impressed with how strong Elvin still looks on those muscle-ups.
Well, he might have a secret weapon because his girlfriend's a former gymnast, so maybe she's taken a look at that technique and given him some good tips.
Well, gymnast or not, she's definitely yelling at him from the sidelines, so that would motivate me too a little bit to get up into those rings.
More than enough support, I see.
So we see Zach's on the rower now. The only thing he has to do is he's got to knock out those 80 cals, and he is rowing at a blistering pace. 1470, almost 1500. He's almost hit 10 calories at 20 seconds. The real question is he going to be able to keep it up? Elvin's all done with his muscle-ups. Those are complete. We're at 64 calories on the rower, so he's probably going to finish that row first and then just knock out a gigantic set of wall ball shots. 12 minutes and 15 seconds. Zach is showing no fear, attacking this rower head on.
1,400 calories per hour. My goodness, after all that work.
He's 25 cals in, 25 cals in.
And the crowd
Elvin's moving on to the wall ball shots, and this could be his last set of 24 reps, guys. Last set of 24 reps. We haven't even hit 13 minutes yet.
Wow, what a blazing speed. The crowd's really getting behind the gentleman in this workout.
Leonie showed us how it's done at 16 minutes and 1 second.
And Elwin shows no signs of stopping. Let's see if he's going to make one super long
I don't
set.
think Elvin's going to stop. I don't think he's going to go all the way, guys. Zach isn't showing any, he's not slowing down at all. He's already past 40 cal. Ladies and gentlemen, under 14 minutes.
What an amazing job, and Zach's only got 30 calories left on the rower.
Elvin with an unofficial time of 13:28, 13 minutes and 28 seconds. We've got 20 cal to go with Zach. 20 cal, 19. He's holding on strong. He's still rowing right about the 1,400 calorie mark.
Oh, he's almost there. Come on, Zach, keep going. You can do it. Zach's got 10 calories. That's all he's got, guys. Come on, bring him in.
10 calories. It's less than 10 strokes, folks. He's pushing it to 1,500 cal. Let's bring him home, guys. Let's bring him home. He's got 5 calories to go. 5 calories to go. Can he finish under 15 minutes? He's got 10 seconds to do it. 2 calories. 2 calories. And Zach punched it with an unofficial time of 14 minutes and 57 seconds.
That was absolutely amazing. What a blazing speed these guys chose. Both had their own individual strategy and both absolutely killed it. At 3 o'clock in the morning, my goodness. All right, so Zachary just said his hamstrings are on fire. For those of you at home, that's what he's feeling. And while you guys catch your breath, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that okay? You think you can answer some questions? I love it. What was your strategy?
I did 5 rounds, 8 muscle-ups, 16 calorie in a row, and 24 in the wall balls. 5 rounds, so yeah.
Was exactly to plan? You feel you did exactly what you wanted to do, or have you already got some ideas about how you're going to change this workout when you do it again?
I wanted to do the muscle ups unbroken, but my shoulders were toast after the third round of wall balls, so I broke them up in 2 sets of 4. But I have no idea if I want to do a redo. I'm done.
I love that answer. And you described exactly what is the tricky part in this workout, and that's the compounding factors. But you have another tricky part because you're currently #1 in the Dutch national leaderboard. So you have a lot of pressure on you. How does that affect you with this last workout?
Yeah, of course there's a little bit of pressure. Only for me, the open was just to figure out where I'm standing this year. And it turned out I was on, on top. A few lucky workouts, a few hard workouts. And yeah, of course, a few beasts who are breathing in your neck always helps.
That's not a bad place to be on the leaderboard if you're just testing where you are at this start or at the beginning of your season. How was the workout for you? Were there any parts where you thought, hey, if I do this again, I'm going to do it different? Because you said you might repeat it as well.
Yeah, of course I'm going to repeat it. The time is also not the best point of the day to do it, but yeah, I think me and my coach can go back to the drawing board and try to chase Elvin's time.
Ooh, did you hear that, Elwin? Does that mean you'll have to do it again?
Yeah, I will text him on Sunday if I did it again. I will ask his time, and I will see you again.
I love it. These two guys, dead tired.
I'll let you know on Monday at 8 o'clock or something.
I will do it Monday night at 10. It's fine.
Oh goodness, this smack talk will go on all night. Let's head back to Nolan, and we're about to close off the evening with you. Great job, guys.
All right, guys. So let's just go ahead and recap 20.5 one more time. If you're about to do it, if you're going to do it tomorrow or anytime this weekend, make sure you check www.games.crossfit.com first. But 20.5, 40 muscle-ups, 80 calories on the rower, and 120 wall ball shots any way that you like it. Partition any way possible.
That was a fantastic workout. We want to thank the athletes for agreeing to do this workout at 3 o'clock in the morning, the crowd that came to cheer them on, the volunteers that helped us organize this, and of course thanks to Reebok, because this whole event couldn't happen without Reebok helping us. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our announcement of CrossFit Open Workout 20.5. From Nolan and I, as well as the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown team, we want to thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you or at the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown sanctioned event, or maybe even in Madison, Wisconsin for the...
Well, for the CrossFit Games, but the qualifier comes first for the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown sanctioned event. I mean, it's the best one around.
That's right. Okay, guys, have a great day.
Take it easy, guys. Good luck.